Is there a leadership vacuum in South Africa? That's the focus we're running on the channel today. The rising cost of living, the energy crisis, high youth unemployment. Now, government has provided few solutions to these problems. To make matters worse, the increasing response is to call on South Africans to step in and help government. Let's discuss a little bit now with Nonkululeko Gobodo. She's the CEO of Awakened Global. Thank you very much, Ms. Gobodo, for your time here on eNCA. I just want to start my question by being a little bit personal. You became the first known black female CASA in South Africa back in 1987. Obviously giving hope to your immediate family, at least, and those around you. When you look at South Africa 36 years to the year that you graduated as a CASA, are you happy with what you see?
Not at all. Not at all. I suppose, all of us, when we just look at how things have just been sliding down at all levels of our society, in many areas, one is really just worried and just saying, where is the bottom? Where is this going to stop so that we can start, moving the country forward? Very worried.
And if you look at, for instance, leadership, there are 3 dimensions to it, and you would think that it's quite simple, and I wrote the dimensions down, at least from my opinion. I would say it's vision, values, and execution. Do we have any of this in South Africa? We have the vision, we have beautiful policy, etc. But is there value and the execution there?
Yeah, not at all, not at all. We must just look at these areas where we have a crisis, the economy, for instance, the high levels of unemployment, the energy crisis, and all of that. If you are a leader, for me, you are appointed to do a certain job and you have to do it. What we've been hearing are excuses and excuses. For me, real leaders don't give excuses. They get on with the task at hand. So if you have been in a portfolio, if you take ministers, for instance, in a portfolio for many years, and things are just getting worse and worse and worse, and you cannot even show us one thing, just tell us one thing in the electricity crisis, just tell us one thing that you've resolved in that area. No, things have been getting worse and worse in many of these. Crime, we're afraid to walk in the streets today in South Africa. Everything is just getting worse.
And the socio-political development that business is supposed to play, are they playing their role adequately, or is it a case of them not being given the opportunity to play their role?
I suppose it's both. Remember, business, they do need an environment where they can be given confidence to reinvest into the economy and to grow and expand their businesses. So when, for instance, there is no political leadership, the environment is not conducive, no one is going to invest. And there are some who continue to invest, and I really appreciate those who continue to invest. But even those, I sit in these boardrooms, even those who have been committed to investing, they're starting to question, where is this country going? We're seeing a brain drain. People are leaving the country. Again, if we don't have skills, how are we going to fill the gaps of those who are leaving the country right now? So, yes, there's more that business can do. And yes, we must appreciate what BE has done and all those elements of BE that are forcing businesses to contribute in these socio-economic issues facing the country. But if we don't fix government, if we don't fix our politics, I'm sorry, we are not going to see business investing anymore.
We are a country that's been grey-listed as well, Ms. Gobodo. That's also quite a huge concern. But is there also, some sort of concern, I don't know, on government side, but from you as somebody who's in the private sector, is there any concern that there's going to be a level of numbness and despondence from South Africans as the country just keeps staggering from one crisis to the next?
In my view, the solutions now have to come from the people. Because if you allow poor leadership, you disrespect yourself. And these politicians are disrespecting us. They honestly just do not care. They are destroying the country bit by bit, more and more every day, because we are complacent ourselves as citizens. We're not really holding them accountable. We shout on TV like I'm shouting now, but is there hope? We hoped in 2019 that there will be change.
Yeah.
We hoped in 2021, with municipal elections. Look at where municipalities are today. Look at the leadership the politicians are providing at municipalities. Things are just collapsing everywhere around us. So people have to rise up and do something, I think.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're asking the viewer today, or rather what we're asking them to do with our new look, where we ask them to question, think and act. Thank you so much for speaking to us, Nonkululeko Gobodo, the CEO of Awakened Global.